Hey everyone, welcome. My name is Lauren and today I am participating in a tag, a small YouTube channel tag. I was tagged by Heather from Our Faithful Journey, and so I'm going to answer some questions on why I started a YouTube channel and other fun things. So first we have, what made you start a YouTube channel? This one's pretty easy. When I first started homeschooling 4 years ago, I was totally lost. I had no idea what I was doing. I was way overwhelmed. And so I just started looking up YouTube videos and binging them. And it was so helpful to get all the inspiration and ideas and just help from these YouTube mothers who had no idea they were helping me, but they were, and they were such a blessing. And I feel like I wouldn't be as confident in homeschooling as I am today if it wasn't for seeing all those videos. So with that said, I wanted to kind of do the same thing. Now, I didn't always want to do this, trust me. I had heard somebody talking a few years ago. It was a YouTube mom, but they had a podcast as well, and they were talking about like being famous or something like that, and how everyone wants that, or everyone, something along those lines. And I'm thinking, not me. I would hate that. Not that I'm famous at all. Like I'm not at all. I don't want it to sound like that. But just the idea of like putting yourself out there for all these strangers to see you and potentially judge you and criticize you and all that. I'm like, that sounds really awful. I would hate that. But I still would watch YouTube videos. And so over the last like year or so, I felt just like kind of this pulling, and I have to say it's from God, honestly, because still, if I think about it too much, the thought of me being like seen by thousands of people, is very, I just can't even think about that. So it's honestly God. I just feel like it's something God wanted me to do to help, not even help, but like to encourage other moms who are either new at homeschooling and like overwhelmed like I was, or mothers who maybe already have been homeschooling for a few years, but you're still just wanting to see someone that you can, who's in like the same season of life as you are, or has been in the same season of life, and kind of just walk along together. So that is my goal, honestly, for this channel. What is the video you are most proud of? So that one, I think it's two, and it's not my first video I ever posted, and it's not a video that has like the most views or anything like that. It is, the first one is my first day in the life that I ever did, just because, I mean, that one, I don't think it really did too well, which is fine, but I spent so long like editing it, and it was just such a fun video to make. It was the first one I had ever done, and so my first day in the life. And then the second one is my homeschool room cleanup video, and that one I feel like again was another God one, because I was in the middle of cleaning the room, and if you haven't seen it, I'll link that one below. I was in the middle of cleaning my horrendously trashed, awful schoolroom, and I was going to film like a homeschool room tour, but I just felt like God saying, make a video on cleaning this room and show it. And I literally fought with like a battle for a day or so, like no, this is awful and horrendous, and I have not been on YouTube long enough to even do this. Like, I'm going to be shooting myself in the foot. But I just felt like pushing that out there. So, I mean, I don't know. I just felt like somebody needed to see that and feel better about themselves, even though I still cringe at the thought of that cleanup video being out on the internet. Next, do you struggle with social media? Yeah, of course, sure. I feel like at this point, everybody knows that social media is a double-edged sword. There's good things that are like making you happy, and then there's other things that maybe not so much. So I feel like you either take the good with the bad, limit it, or hit the unfollow button. Number 4, what content creator inspires you the most? This one, I won't get into like non-homeschooling content creators, but as far as homeschooling, I would say, so when I first started homeschooling, JDA, I feel like you can't even look up a YouTube video without coming across JDA. She is like the OG of YouTube mom homeschooling. Like she just has everything out there. She was really, really, really helpful. The first, like my first homeschooling year, I got a lot of just tips and tricks from her. Ashley from Grace and Grit, I feel like everybody knows her too. She just kills it. Like there's no other way to say it. She just kills it. The amount of content she is able to produce like consistently is really amazing, honestly. And I don't know, she just has good systems for keeping things organized and cleaned, and she's been homeschooling for 7 years, so she's got, you know, she knows like the ropes, and I don't know what this is. Very motivating, I feel like, as far as like being disciplined and getting stuff done. If you want a motivation, check out her channel. But again, you probably already know her too. Number 5, what frustrates you about other content creators? Guess if you're being mean. I don't really like mean people being mean. I want us to be nice. That's pretty much it, but I don't really come across that often, honestly. So I don't really get frustrated by them, by content creators. Number 6, what frustrates you about your content? Now this one is a very easy one to answer. Basically, YouTube takes your last 10 videos and like ranks them of how they're doing and compares them to each other, like how many views they've got, how many hours, and blah, blah, blah. So what I would say is most frustrating is I will create a video that I feel like, okay, this one is gonna be great and it's gonna be fabulous and it means a lot to me, so therefore maybe I'm projecting it onto everybody else that it's gonna mean a lot to everybody else, and like I'll check it out, and in the rankings it's like 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, and you're just like, ugh. Yeah. And not that I can't speak for everybody. I'm not doing this just like for likes and all that. Like I'm really not. I feel like it's videos that mean a lot to me and I spend a lot of time on. I therefore feel like these should be great, and sometimes they flop. But there's videos that I haven't spent quite as much time. I post them, and they take off and do great. And it's just like, so the frustrating part, I would say, is just inconsistent. Like I just don't know yet what is going to be good and what is not going to work. I mean, I'm still really new at this. I've only been doing this for 4 months, so I'm still figuring out like what works, what doesn't. I wouldn't say it's so much of like the video itself not doing well. It's not that. It's just the just never knowing, like this could be a hit or it could be a total miss, or you just never know how it's gonna come across. And then lastly, number 7, what motivates you? What motivates you to make content? I think what motivates me, honestly, is just wanting to share what works for me and what hasn't. And if there's, because again, it can be so overwhelming to figure out what curriculum to use, and like videos have been so helpful to me. So I just want to take my little experience and say, hey, this is what I came across. Maybe this is helpful to you. Maybe it's not, but here it is anyway. And so just, yeah, that's kind of what motivates me, is just wanting to honestly be a help or a voice for what has been good for us and what has worked for us. And maybe you'll get an idea, and maybe it'll work and maybe it won't work for you. But okay, so those were the questions. It's time for me to tag other people. So I am tagging, okay, so this was hard for me to decide because I've made a bunch of YouTube mom friends over here. So the criteria is it has to be a small channel. So keeping that in mind, and I've seen a few of my other friends either do videos or be tagged in them. So I'm trying to think of people who haven't been tagged yet, or that I know, at least I haven't seen them tagged yet. So the first one I am going to tag is Tiffany. at the Hinterlife Homeschool. She is a new friend. She is Australian, which I think is pretty awesome. And so it's really cool just to see like how they do school a little bit differently in Australia, but not, I mean, school is school. It kind of all translates across the world. Go check her out. Second person I'm tagging is Brandy at Homeschool Unbridled. She, first of all, she has like the cutest Southern accent ever. Second of all, I don't know, I've seen a few of her videos and everything she says, I'm like, oh, I am so the same. And I feel like we're a lot alike in so many areas. At least I feel that way. And so, yeah, check out her, Brandy at Homeschool Unbridled. And then third is Devin from the Egan family. Devin does videos, and a lot of times she includes her little boy, and he's adorable and hilarious. And so they share not only homeschool stuff, but like a lot of different lifestyle videos as well. So check out Devin at the Egan family. I'm gonna link all of their channels below so that you can see their videos. And I guess that's all I have for you today. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little glimpse of a little bit more of getting to know me and my journey. And I don't know, I always like these types of videos where it's like you're kind of getting to know the person. I just find them very interesting. So this was fun to do for me. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I would love if you would. If you don't, that's okay too. You can follow me if you're on Instagram. I'm over there on Instagram at The Practical Homeschooler, just like here. Thanks so much. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day, and I will see you again really soon. Bye, guys. Let's try to get this done in one take. I've never done that before. Not even close. I don't even know what I'm saying. And I would love to see you over there. Oh my gosh, there's something in my eye. Okay, ow. Ah, my foot is asleep. Oh my goodness, it hurts.